On the morning of the fifth day, I left the seemingly nice overnight spot near Sorogain to continue my through hike. Unfortunately, there was almost no sleep last night. First of all, there was that damn bear. Fortunately, it quickly moved away. But then, the stream next to the overnight spot took its place among the disturbers of the peace. At night, when everything is quiet, the stream increased in size and rushed down the slope with such a noise that it would be easier to fall asleep at a rock concert. I even tried earplugs, but nothing helped. As a result, another sleepless night. Since this was my first wild camp during this hike, I found that setting up the overnight spot, primitively washing up, cooking food and having dinner took about an hour. However, if you add the time needed to pack up and move on in the morning, it can increase up to an hour and a half. In addition, in order not to get a penalty, I had to manage to take down the tent by dawn. The sky had become cloudy and I realized that a storm was approaching. These huge mutant snails, measuring over 20 centimeters, were very common in this area. I began to doubt more and more that it was possible to walk the trail with such a heavy bag in such a short time as I had planned. I had only 35 days time to complete the trail. But in such short time, most of the hikers can't make it despite the warmer summer conditions. However, it was autumn and my bag was significantly heavier than those that most hikers carry in summertime. Therefore, my speed, despite my efforts, was nowhere near what it should have been according to the book. The best I could hope for was to get to Andorra. Fairy Tale Bridge. The famous bridge where many YouTubers leave their cameras, then cross over and then come back to pick up their cameras. Blah blah blah. It's not for me. This story is not about me, but about what I saw and experienced, and what you might experience if you decide to go on this magical adventure along the GR11 trail. The bear must have been angry, because he had destroyed a piece of wood with his claws. Only later did I find out that from the French side sometimes roam over not the mystical little Balkan bears mentioned in the Facebook forums, but Ursus arctos, or the brown bear. I have seen how big and strong they are, and if you are in the wrong place at the wrong time, you will be smashed like a bag of chips. It had started to rain, but since it was warm enough, I decided not to take out the rain jacket and rain pants yet. Camp Sorogain remained somewhere down there, and I continued climbing the hills. Sometimes it feels like you have climbed a giant mountain, but in reality the climb is only about 200 meters. As it got colder, I put on long softshell pants and a long sleeve shirt. Due to the rain and fog, I didn't notice the trail markings and took the wrong path again, thus losing about an hour of time and much needed energy. The storm came very quickly, and I barely had time to put on my rain pants and rain jacket. During the rain, small springs overflow and wash out the mountain roads. Meanwhile, footbridges had already been installed for hikers. In the distance, a town was visible, which turned out to be Auritz or Burket. However, due to the unexpected influx of tourists, it was impossible to find accommodation there, because all the hostels were full. And what's even worse, the shops were also closed for siesta. I bought a couple of cans of Coca-Cola at a local bar and went on my way. I still had a couple of hours of daylight and I had to use them to move on.